Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, imbecile.
Hello.
Hello, guys. Oi.
Hello.
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 All rise and like, subscribe, and bang the gavel, baby.
All rise. It is time for We Got a Case by Self Credence. Mike the Legend back with you, which seems to be our 1 p.m. time slot that we're going to go with for 2 full hours of live courtroom proceedings.
Yes, we hate ourselves.
Where we will try to be quiet.
Installed on any car that he drives. And then
Clark County, ladies and
any other standard DUI condition be imposed.
All right, so I've been watching a lot of this so far.
Very, very high BAC.
Very strange. They have a walk-in Zoom room you can come into and do Zoom court from like downstairs. They also will be doing a lot of DUI stuff. So far, several of these have been DUIs, one after the other.
It's a busy weekend in Clark County.
Mr. Schultz, let me explain a little bit about
that thing on that guy's eye is driving me
Before
crazy.
court, I reviewed a
right.
document. It's called a probable cause statement.
What
I
is
made
it?
a finding of probable cause to
It's a
support
mole.
the charge.
Skin.
That's a preliminary finding. That's
Skin
not a
tag.
finding that you're guilty or anything like that. It's just part of the process.
Nice.
The prosecutor is asking that as a release condition,
Should
that
share
you
it with
don't
us
have
when
to
you
post
get it.
bail, but
Love
that
to see
you
it.
be required to have an ignition interlock device installed on your vehicle.
Okay.
If you want to say anything about why I should or
Only
shouldn't
by 2
impose
minutes.
that condition, and also why I should or shouldn't require you not to drink any alcohol or consume any controlled substances, you can. You don't have to, though. Like I said, you have the right to remain silent. And if you choose to talk about
Why
these
am I a
issues,
sidekick?
I'm not going to decide
All I
today
can
whether you're guilty or not guilty,
Stare at us.
or if you were guilty, what should or shouldn't happen to you. So instead, it would just be whether or not I should order you not to consume any
I
alcohol
think his
or
eyelashes
drugs,
are hitting
or
that
whether or
mole.
not I should
Oh.
make you have an ignition interlock device installed in your vehicle.
Like
So if you
nuts.
want to talk, the best thing for you to do is just to limit it to those two issues. But you don't have to argue about it at all. if you don't want to.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh,
So you're gonna. That's okay. You are exercising your right to remain silent, which is perfectly fine. I am going to release you on your own recognizance. That means that you don't have to post any bail. Your
When?
conditions are going to be that you're to obey.
Is
all
he
laws,
wearing a
make contact
polo
with your
shirt with a
defense
suit
attorney.
jacket?
You are to make all your your.
I like to
eventual
think he's got a
make
polo
all your
shirt
future
with a
court
nice
dates.
wool blanket.
Your next court date is going to
Hey,
be
gay boys.
the
Nice.
29th of March at 8:30
Okay.
in the morning for an arraignment.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm meeting a drinking buddy that
right.
afternoon.
Actually, let's change it to 10 o'clock.
A better time.
Yes.
The more I look at that jacket, I think it's like a
Okay,
zip-up
so that's going to
hoodie.
be March 29th at 8:30 in the morning for arraignment with the near indigent attorney that you're hopefully going to be able to hire. That's a
Okay.
mandatory court date that you have to appear at. That'll be in front of Judge
Moly,
Parker.
moly, 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 moly,
It
moly.
seems so
Okay.
rude, doesn't it, when they call you indigent?
Oh, I've heard so many times already today people claiming to be indigents.
No, I mean I would too, but I'm just
One way or the other, though. So
Chad.
You're
Good
gonna-
to hear.
one way or the other, you're going to have
That's a
that
plus,
next
Chad.
arraignment date on March 29th at
Chris?
8:30 in the morning. Mr. Schultz, make sure that you make that date. If you were to fail to
Absolutely.
appear, a warrant could be issued for your arrest because it's a mandatory date for you to appear with your attorney and enter a plea of guilt or not guilt at that time.
Scott's
All right.
got to
The other
make the
conditions of
scene.
release are that you are not to consume or possess any alcohol, marijuana, or any non-prescribed controlled substances. You also have
Judge,
to
what am I
install an
supposed to
ignition
do
interlock
every day?
device within 5 business days of today's court date in any vehicle that you want to drive. If you
Well, if you got
violate
more
these
than one, do you got to
conditions,
put them in
you'll be
all of them?
subject to arrest. Bail could be required for you to be released, or a warrant could be issued for your arrest, or there could be other negative consequences.
You go out and
We'll
buy a
send you
car
a
you don't
copy
want to
of this
drive and
release
just
order,
put that
Mr.
in it
Schultz.
and park it.
Is there an email address that you want us to send it to?
Better than
the one
all of
that's
these
on
people
file.
are watching.
they
Okay,
have
we
that?
do have that. We'll send that to that address. So between now and your next court date, just
Well, I don't
make
think you
sure
want
to
them in a lot
abide
of
by
vehicles.
those
I'm pretty sure you
conditions.
pay for
If
those.
you're able to
things.
hire an
And,
attorney, give
like,
them
yeah,
notice of your next
fees
court
and
date,
such.
and one way or the other, come back
Pretty
on
sure.
March 29th at 8:30 for your arraignment.
Got it.
Do you have any
So-
questions, sir?
If you have
I don't
more than
think
one
so.
car, though, you can put it
Okay,
in
then
one
you're all
and then
done. You can
drive
go
the
ahead
other
and
when you're
discuss.
drunk.
Right. Thank you.
Your Honor, can I get it put on my motorcycle?
Let me bring back Mr. Johnson.
Okay, we can send Scott away. I'm done looking at his mole. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank God. Jules only one at a time. Otherwise, it gets very confusing. Hey, Sergeant Bosco, good to see you.
Back to Mr. Johnson.
Sharon's here.
It'll sound like we're arguing with ourselves.
Yes, he did, Your Honor.
Mr.
Mr.
Johnson's
Johnson,
not
you
very
do
happy.
qualify for a
Oh,
court
God,
appointed
no,
attorney.
Jeff.
Would you like me to appoint an attorney to represent you today?
That's a huge negative.
I'm going to appoint the Vancouver Defenders Law
Who?
Firm. Mrs. Canis is an attorney with that firm. Mrs. Canis, would you like to speak to your client privately?
What is the charge?
Driving under the influence.
Yes, please.
Mr. Johnson, I'm going to move you to breakout room 3. That'll give you a chance to talk to your attorney
No.
privately, and then I'll see you back here in the main court session after that.
FM, you come in here with some breaking news? Is that
Yes,
what's going on?
breaking news, dude.
Look here, FM. I'm hiring you for our news team.
FM, do you work for TMZ?
Maybe. Just maybe it's breaking news.
Drunk as a skunk.
Yeah, that's what happens, Scott. Oh, here's Michael looking good. Is he on the shitter?
Good morning. My name is Judge Smith with Clark County District Court.
It
Can you
would
tell me
appear
your full
he-
name for the court record, please?
No, sitting on the top.
Stewart,
And Mr. Stewart, what's your date of birth?
1/30/93.
Mr. Stewart, you're here for a first appearance and also an arraignment. You've been charged with the crime of driving while license suspended in the 3rd degree. That crime is a misdemeanor, which means the maximum penalty is up to 90 days in the county jail and or a $1,000 fine. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say today could be used against you.
He's in a
You also have the
buffet.
right to be
Fletcher.
represented by an attorney at every stage of the process, including today. If you cannot afford an attorney and you qualify as indigent, the court can appoint an attorney today to represent you at no cost. to you.
He might be
You could
indigent.
also
He's
choose to
reusing
hire
his
an attorney with
towels.
your own money, or you could waive your right to an
Checks
attorney
in the
to
mail.
represent yourself, though that could put you at a disadvantage. Would you like to speak to someone that works for the court to see if you qualify for a court appointed
Spam.
attorney?
Spam.
He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. He's asking his mom.
I can hear you sit- Ms.
No,
Bowman,
his
sit
mom
here.
just
Okay.
came in and said,
I'm
I
gonna
need
put you in a
to
breakout
dump
room
Michael.
with
Please
Ms. Bowman.
hurry up.
You're going to see a little link pop up to join breakout room 2, and that'll give the two of you a chance to talk about your finances, and then I'll see you back here in the main court session after that.
His mom told him, look here, I'm washing towels every other day, son. You're going to have to start hanging them up and reusing them, or just you're going to be without towels.
I don't know how to use Twitch, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't even want
I don't know.
pretend I know what's going
It's
on.
not
over
on the
there.
Roku, so I don't.
It's,
I don't ever go
it's
over there.
definitely not. Creed, do you like our we have our own seal now up there?
I
in the
like that.
corner.
Yes.
That is
Like,
our we
need
got
a
a
stamp
cake
like
seal.
that.
Yeah. If you like that logo, it is now available in the merch store. If you want to go there and pick it up and get it on a lovely shirt, maybe a nice
cool.
bath towel like Michael has hanging up. Show your pride, Creed. Your pride. Very
That is enough. Yeah, I don't understand any of the Twitch terms, any of that stuff. Well, well,
I
well,
almost
Kenny's
got
here.
ready to say let's leave, but Kenny
Yeah.
just showed up and he's got
What did
he-
she just? Did she just look at him and just? I think that was just terrible timing, but that was kind of funny.
Mr. Olson, this is Judge Smith with Clark County
Hey,
District
Ghost.
Court. If you could unmute yourself and tell me your full name for the court record, please.
If they have any
Mr.
signs,
Olson,
we need
this
to
is
make
the
some.
court. There you go. Could you tell me your full name, please?
Yes, Kenny Dean Olson,
Hey, Kenny.
What's your date of birth, Mr. Olson?
11/22/1970.
All right, Mr. Olson, you're here for a first appearance and also an arraignment. in 2 cases. In one of them, there's a warrant that you're requesting to quash also.
Uh-oh.
Excuse me. In the first case,
Sorry, Dolphins fan. That was the judge, by the way, not us.
excuse me. In the first case, you're charged with failure to transfer title within 45 days. That crime is a misdemeanor, so the maximum penalty is up to 90 days in the county jail and or a $1,000 fine. In the other case, you've been charged with a trip permit violation. That crime is a gross misdemeanor, so the maximum penalty is up to 364 days in the county jail and or a $5,000 fine. In both of these cases, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say could be used against you. You also have the right to be assisted by an attorney at every stage of the process.
Kenny can't hear the judge very well.
The court can appoint an attorney
Is,
today.
is Kenny at a welding plant? What's going on? Why can't he hear?
Or you could waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself, but that could put you at a disadvantage. Would you like to speak to someone that works for the court to see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney, Mr. Olson?
No, sir. That's fine. I'd rather just get it done.
Get her done.
Get it done. This is a preliminary.
Take care of whatever I need to take care of, I should say.
Shut up!
An attorney could help you do that. I'm not going to be able to resolve. I want to get it done. Okay. One way or the other, I'm going to give you another court date to come back for.
Okay, then maybe I just don't have the money to look into it right now. I mean, I'm barely making it as is.
We just said we were giving one for free, Kenny.
Well, what you can do, if you'd like, you can talk to Ms. Estes. She works for the court. We'll find out some information about your financial situation, and if you
20K bond,
I can appoint an attorney today to represent you going forward.
Sure, not a problem.
Okay, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Ms. Estes.
That's just gross.
It's going to be breakout room 1. You're going to see a little link pop up. You're going to join that. You'll go in there and chat with her, and then I'll see you back here after that.
Just tell her you're indigent. Kenny.
She's like, great, I got freaking Kenny to talk to.
Yeah.
Kenny?
Well, so you might be right.
Kenny, we just told Kenny what was going on.
Yeah.
And he says, I just want to get it done. That's okay. Well, this isn't let's get it done right now.
Get her done.
So we know what number she is on the calendar, just so it's a little easier for me.
Where we at, Creed? Is we in Georgia?
10.
We are at Magistrate Criminal Felony First Appearance calendar for today.
And Madam Clerk, I haven't signed the case on Mr. Griffin yet. I'm going to go back and do that in just 2 seconds.
Rachel had a late night.
And printed.
She's getting it together. Don't you worry about her.
Waiver.
Ew, don't put those in your mouth. They'd be behind your ears.
Oh, there's so much nasty behind your ears.
He agrees with me, at least.
Let me ask this: a public defender's office. Were y'all able to read the warrants to Unica Sims?
Yes, we were. Mr. Sims?
Yes. Okay,
yes,
perfect.
yes, we were able to go over the warrants, yes.
And Attorney Apt, I'm assuming that you'd be waiving a reading of the particulars of the warrant into the record?
We're waiving the reading, Your Honor.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
He's waiving it.
So Mr. Sims, because you have one of those particular charges that is Superior Court only, I am not able to set bond on your case. Only a Superior
must
Court
be
judge
bad.
Your
Superior
attorney will
Court
definitely
only.
file a bond motion and get you in front of that Superior Court judge in approximately 2 weeks.
Rachel has kicked a lot of men's asses, I think.
In case 22-0187776A, you're going to automatically get a preliminary hearing, and your attorney
2 weeks to see the judge.
Let you know of that court date. But your case is going to be reset for a preliminary hearing.
Eric, we don't hear from Bishop anymore.
A bond hearing before a judge.
You'll see Bishop twice,
Set bond.
maybe once a week.
For afternoon is give you
He
that information. Attorney Apt, do you have anything else?
gets out and scratches lottery tickets.
Just for the record, is Ms. Sims, not Mr. Sims.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Oh, roasted.
But that's all I have, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. And counsel, if you have nothing else, further, then it's a pleasure to see you as well.
Oh, Joseph.
Likewise.
Joseph.
Take care, everyone. Thanks. Bye.
And give me just
Yes.
one moment to put my notes in. This is the
Very
first
strange.
case. Okay, and then I don't have the warrants for the juvenile quite yet, so I'm going to go ahead and go
No
to
more
the next
juvenile warrants. I don't want to hear it. Oh, Michael's back.
Michael's back, and His mom said that he can talk to the. Oh,
Mr.
whoa,
Barner, this is Judge Smith
whoa!
again. You're back in court. You're here for a first appearance and also an arraignment.
It's a
You told me your
zombie.
name before. Could you also tell me your date of birth, please?
January 9th, 64.
He talks exactly like I figured he would.
Mr. Varner, you're here because you've been charged with 2 crimes: attempted vehicle prowling in the 2nd degree, which is a misdemeanor, so the maximum
Vehicle
penalty
prowling.
is up to 90 days in the county jail and/or a $1,000 fine. The other crime you're charged with is malicious mischief in the 3rd degree. That crime is a gross misdemeanor, so the maximum penalty is up to 364 days in the county jail and/or a $5,000 fine. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say could be used
Is
against
vehicle
you.
prowling
You
like
also
trying
have
to
the right
break
to be
into a
assisted by an
car?
attorney at every stage of the process.
so.
If you cannot
Going on
afford an
somebody's
attorney and you qualify as indigent, the court can appoint an attorney to represent you today at no cost to you. You could also choose to hire an attorney with your own money, or you could waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself, but that could put you at a disadvantage.
What the hell is
Mr.
that?
Varner, would you like to speak to someone to see if you qualify for a
Look where he
court-appointed
was sitting.
Yes, I would.
I'm going to send you to a breakout room with Ms. Barg.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Talk with her
Oh.
privately about your
It's the
financial
Amazon
situation,
curtain.
and then I'll see you back here after that. That's gonna be
A
very
person is
valuable.
guilty of vehicle prowling in the 2nd degree if the intent to commit
You're
a
gonna see
crime
little
against a
link pop up to
person or
join
threatened
breakout room. You're
therein.
gonna want to click on that.
He or she enters or remains unlawfully in a vehicle other than a motorhome. I guess a motorhome would still be like going into a house.
Quit trying to live in my car, you indigent bastard.
As you may have seen for the arraignments, if they don't
So I guess if somebody
so that's what
kind of tries or attempts or
stamps or most of the time we don't.
learn something new every day.
Just kind of see as it goes along. At the very end, we'll be
He's listening. You're right. Close the shower curtain.
Yeah, he's like,
Good job.
they were here busting my balls about my towel air drying.
That's funny.
Depends. Sometimes we set it over for to resummons or.
He is. At least he's sitting on the tub and not,
The toilet.
Definitely want to look at the
What's going on in his house that this is the best room to sit in?
Yes, Jeanette. Can you imagine what's going on in that house if that's your best place to go?
Yeah, it's like, badass kids, or you live with your parents, they're really busting your ass about this whole thing.
Bring back Mr. Johnson.
Izzy is live from the coffee shop in New York State at Knox's buddy's coffee shop upstairs where he did the show that time.
Yeah, it's the coffee shop, dude.
Didn't it look like it?
It does.
Candace, were you ready to proceed with arraignment for Mr. Johnson?
I am, Your Honor. Mr. Johnson would like to enter a not guilty plea to the 1 count of DUI. Will waive formal reading and address release conditions.
Not guilty plea will be entered for Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson, I'm going to hear from Mr. Farrow with the city attorney's office to see what his release recommendations are, and then I'll give your attorney a chance to argue on your behalf before I make a decision.
Okay. But in terms of release conditions, I'm not opposed to release on recognizance.
What's
As
wrong
for
with
standard
walking
DUI
roof
conditions, I would ask though that he be on administrative release.
Phantom of the
He
Opera?
has a fairly significant amount of criminal
Dun, dun,
history
dun.
from California, from 2002 all the way up to 2019. So given that criminal history, I just asked for administrative release. Otherwise, standard DUI conditions.
What type of criminal history are you asserting, Mr. Fair?
In 2019, it looks like essentially an assault in the 2nd degree. In 2018, petty theft with a number of probation violations. In 2018, it looks like a domestic violence
Oh my God.
charge. Violation of a court order to prevent domestic violence. I assume that's similar to a no contact order violation.
He's got all kinds
In
of
2018,
Vicky, good to see you. My dude's
like
always
another
in.
arrest for violation of a protective order.
Angie, good to see you.
There was, it looks like
Yeah,
a 4-year
some touch.
prison sentence.
This
that
guy
was
has had nothing but
imposed.
one bad charge after the other.
Hi, Angie.
Well, it's a little hard for me to tell, I guess, what the sentence was, but it looks like there was some domestic
Cleared on all
violence,
charges, Your Honor.
inflicting corporal injury on a spouse, false imprisonment charges.
Is somebody breaking into Creed's house right now?
Convicted of assault with a deadly weapon. It looks like, as I read it, either that or false imprisonment. Excuse me. So that it's just a kind of continues on in that vein, moving backwards, Judge.
Did you show any warrant history?
Oh my gosh. This guy's had every charge in the world.
I did not specifically see warrant
wrong with
history. I did see some probation violations. I would imagine based on the
She's
new
tired,
law
Creed.
violations.
This kind
but
of
I did not
court
see
bores
any
her.
warrant.
Mrs. Scanis, I'm going to give you a chance in just a second. Mr. Stewart, I'm going to set you up with a way to speak with Ms. Emmerich. She's an attorney with the Vancouver Defenders Law Firm. Mr. Stewart is here for an arraignment on driving while license suspended in the 3rd degree. Was he eligible for a reduction, Mr. Farrell?
Yes, he was.
Okay. Mr. Stewart, you're going to see a link
Uh,
to go to breakout.
Mikey, because I know that you like this sort of thing, over at Cedric, we've got a Popo testifying.
Ooh.
Sorry, I was muted. That's fine, Your Honor.
Oh, you're fine.
That's fine. Okay, so on the plea form, I am going to strike out, there's PG on there.
Hey, those things
I'm
work.
just going to indicate it as
Thanks, Billy.
They're back on.
Appreciate
My boy Billy.
So, sir, now it's also the court's understanding that you're going to be pleading no contest to the charge also of domestic violence.
I am the
That's a
future.
misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a $500 fine plus court costs.
He is
You
pretty
understand
smart.
that?
You're right.
Yes.
Christopher Bentley, you,
Do you
son
understand
of a
that you're,
bitch.
did you understand that you'd be pleading guilty?
Have we
as
seen
opposed to
Christopher
no
Bentley
contest, sir,
before?
or
He does look familiar.
your demeanor changed, and I just want to make sure that you have an adequate opportunity to speak with counsel if you need to.
Oh, no.
I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
scared shitless,
All
Your
right.
Honor.
Sir, do you understand what a no contest plea is?
Eh.
I have a vague understanding.
All right, let me explain 2 things about it. The first thing that you need to understand about a no contest plea is it means that you're not further desirous or wanting to contest these 2 charges. You understand that?
Yes.
All right. The second thing that you need to, and you also understand, I guess, as part of that, that I would be reading. the
He's
plea
scared
report
about going to
taking
jail.
Those factual allegations is true. You understand that? Sir?
Yes, except for that deputy actually is not an actor and doing fake
Second thing,
skits
which
for
is
YouTube.
The third thing that you need to
Yes.
understand, sir, is that for purposes of sentencing, the court will treat you the same as though you had pled guilty to these charges. You understand that?
I didn't get the memo.
Yes.
We were supposed to be like this today.
All right. You understand also, sir, that while I'm taking your plea, I would not be your sentencing judge, and you would be sentenced before Judge Washington in the 14B District Court.
Yes.
Ronald Brown, Bishop School of Broadcasting.
Now, understanding all of that, sir, do you still wish to plead no contest to these charges?
Yes.
To the charge of attempted resisting and obstructing, how do you plead?
It's true, Flusha.
The no contest.
To the charge of domestic violence, how do you plead?
No contest.
Now, you understand that by pleading no contest, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
Hi, Carol.
In light of that, you're giving up certain rights. You're giving up your right to call witnesses to speak for you at trial or to have this court compel their attendance. You're giving up your right to see, hear, and question all witnesses.
He's
against
having a hard time with this.
You're also giving up your right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent, not have that silence used
Yeah, I can't figure him
You're giving up
out.
Your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Scared,
Understand that?
constipated, slow.
Yes.
You understand you're giving up your
To
right
all
to
three.
appeal of.
Yes.
Are you on
throwing on
probation?
the mercy of the court.
No, sir.
Are you on parole?
You will be now.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead guilty or to plead no contest?
No, sir.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No, sir.
Hey.
You're doing this voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Crying
And of
church.
your own
He's
free
gonna
will.
cry. Get ready. Here it comes. Christopher's crying.
Court has been provided and has reviewed Washington County Sheriff's Office report for their case number 21-86705.
8675309.
Having reviewed that report.
No objection from the people, Your Honor.
No objection.
All right. Based upon the court's review of that report, the court does find that there's sufficient factual
Lucky,
basis
'cause I was
on
gonna
which the
sign
court
it.
could determine the defendant's guilt of count 2 and count 3.
Just in
Counsel,
time.
have I complied with the court rule?
People are satisfied. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's plea of no contest to counts 2 and 3. Count 1 is dismissed.
Right.
Pre-sentence investigation and report is
America.
ordered at 14B probation. Sentencing in this matter will be
April 21st.
21st, 2022, 9 a.m. That is before Judge Washington.
Do we ever
Yeah.
see Judge Washington? I would love to go to his courtroom sometime.
Your Honor.
Yes.
Mr. Bentley has a medical marijuana card.
No.
He
Congrats.
wanted me to make the court aware.
Could I buy some pot from you?
Oh.
Okay. Is he currently testing?
Mr. Bentley, you want a community correction test?
Have you, well, hold on one moment. Have you provided a medical marijuana card to community corrections?
No, they said I had to get it approved through the court. She wouldn't even hear me.
With this, the report from community corrections from January 19th
Would he beat up his pot
indicate
dealer?
in the report he's been testing positive for THC. And it says Mr. Bentley continues to
Medicine.
test positive for THC, and he does not have a medical marijuana card.
Uh-oh.
He told me he does, and that is valid, that it's not expired. That's what he told me. I asked him to send it to me. I asked him to send it to me, but I haven't received it. But when I get it from him, I will give it to community corrections.
Debbie.
I will indicate defendant may use
Yeah, who do we believe?
medical marijuana with card.
No card?
They were fresh out the day I went and picked mine up, Your Honor.
I'll indicate that so that if they need to see it, it's on JIS. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Bentley.
Oh,
I'll give you a
love to
call
see
about
her,
what the judge just said.
if possible.
Okay, and there's still just no going home.
Oh, yeah, Your Honor, he wants to have bond addressed so that he may return for non-consensual contact.
Conjugal
To the
visits?
resident.
He wants to get back with the woman he beat. I mean, no contestly
In
hit.
response to people.
Ronnie.
Dude,
Your Honor, we would object to that at this point.
dude.
I just want to go home, Your Honor.
I don't, well, I think I can address it real quick because unless the protected party or victim now in this case were to tell this court and I can hear it from their mouth, I'm not going to change those provisions. And so I don't have that individual here, I don't believe, to indicate that to me.
Yeah, right there, buddy.
Bentley, I'll call you and tell you what the judge just said.
So bond will continue with it. All right.
I'll quiet and explain it to you, Mr. Bentley.
He said, no.
All right, I have two other cases. Is there a resolution on either Kwazuski or Howell? Good afternoon, Mr. Hughes. Court does call the case of People State of Michigan versus Cody Kwasniewski.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Nicole Hughes on behalf of the people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. For the record, Attorney Russ Donaldson, P number 53660, on behalf of
Call me Russ.
Your Honor, we would agree to proceed
Russ
today, through Zoom technology, will waive any right to an in-person appearance. I do recognize my client on Zoom. He is identified.
All right. And sir, could you please state your name for the record, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Cody Kwasniewski, present.
Kwasniewski. All right. Everybody said your name 8 different ways.
Pollock.
Heard a million.
Yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor. My office has made numerous attempts to contact and notify the victim of today's proceedings. Nonetheless, she has not returned any of those communications or appeared. Today, the people are not able to proceed.
Your Honor,
Wow.
this is a 2019 case, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, the court's going to dismiss without prejudice if the court does do that, but we're asking that this case be dismissed. I would ask also that the fingerprints in this matter of my client be destroyed.
All right. Regarding the fingerprints in the records, you can submit an order to the
I mean, that's
court.
pretty violent that they want to destroy
Regarding
the
all
man's
that.
fingerprints.
This
I
case is
mean,
dismissed. People being
didn't
unable
know that
to
they did that in
proceed.
America.
That dismissal is without.
put
Chop
them
them
on a
up.
hot
So did
iron,
you post
maybe.
the cash bond at all? No, it looks like it was a personal recognizance. So you're all set. Right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Your Honor.
Wow, pretty bad when can you get the
Paper that you
complainant to even
receive
show up.
either through your
Yeah, I know,
email,
right?
Michael, or in the mail.
We're
The
still with
ones
Michael.
available with Options in more detail.
Okay,
Why did we bring in the two doppelgangers to take on
That's it.
Michael?
Okay, then you're done for today. You can go ahead and disconnect.
thank you.
Oh, Michael's all done. We
On this, or what do
completely missed him.
Damn it,
Apparently,
Michael.
Your Honor, after contacting the court and everything yesterday, the order to proceed was never put in Your Honor's presence to sign. So I'm asking for that order to be signed and an adjournment.
Can my attorney show up in something
So
other than a
you're-
T-shirt, Your Honor?
I
I-
have, when you say an order, you're saying the order for the 15th District Court.
How do you not have all of your
Mental health
awards
treatment.
behind you?
Court,
Yes, Your Honor.
the
New
referral.
house, maybe?
All right. So has he been assessed at all, or?
He was assessed by Mr. Chase. I forgot what he represents. And Mr. Chase referred him to community mental health. So we did that paperwork. I dropped it off at the court, but apparently it never got signed.
Yeah, it makes sense because I can't get the
So he
victim
hasn't
to
as of
show up
yet
or even
been
answer a phone.
Accepted, or has he?
Yeah,
He has not.
that's
He needed the
that's
paperwork.
usually a done deal.
They
on
need the
that.
referral first.
Yes.
He might be actually flushing.
Ridiculous.
Well, no, Mad Cave needs to paint something for
We're
Sandra
gonna
because she
sign
needs
the
something on her.
referral. Did it say how long it's gonna take for them to?
It didn't
They
sound,
need to do.
it didn't sound like they would take very long, but I would ask for 2 to 3 weeks.
I was thinking it was a Myrtle Beach t-shirt.
Well, I can try to squeeze him in on the 29th.
Maybe Ocean City, Maryland.
Can we go
On
a week before
vacation?
that?
Not for me.
Okay, well.
My
we'll
next
squeeze-
date is the 26th of April.
Oh, okay, let's squeeze them in.
No, Your Honor.
Any objection from the people?
No, but can everybody like this video, please? Thank you.
Preliminary examination in this matter will be adjourned.
Yeah, and if you're new here, subscribe, notifications on, and keep in mind we
March
got a
29th.
case channel now
2022
on the YouTube.
9 a.m. Where's your Zoom fight indicated?
Yes, all one of you over there watching right now. Good to see you.
All right. Thank you. Mr.
Mr.
Powell,
Funk, go
are you
ahead.
taking care of yourself?
I haven't been drinking, nothing. I'm good. I've been doing what you said, Your Honor, and I was doing what you said when the police came at my door and I wasn't cooking, finna prepare
Well,
dinner.
hold on. I don't want you to say anything about the case, but you tell me
well-
you're not drinking?
Still, right answer though.
Okay.
Okay.
You keep that up.
Yeah, because I gotta do right. I'm too old.
Well,
Yeah, it's not about being old. You got to
Oh.
do right because I will come and get you.
Does the attorney have
You know, told me
a
that before.
snuggie?
And so that's my worst fear. That you come to get me.
yeah, she's streaming slots right now.
She's it's cold in here.
That is my worst fear.
Okay. All right, buddy. You take care of yourself.
What's the attorney doing with her mouth?
Your attorney wants to say something. Hold on.
Well, this order, I see it also needs to be signed by the prosecutor. Will it then be sent to the community mental health?
I don't know. It usually comes over.
Creed, our good friend
Yes.
Kenny's back. I figured we did not want to
Yes.
miss any Kenny.
Yeah, no missing Kenny today.
I don't think I've seen it on the docket a couple of times before, so.
Izzy's eyes are humongous.
I don't exactly sure how to spell it. I think it's P-O-N.
I think after 5 minutes of talking to Izzy, Kenny's in love.
I-A-N. P-O-N, yes.
Your Honor, can I please get Izzy's phone number?
Okay, Mr. Olson, we're back on your cases.
Yes, sir.
And Mrs. Ganis, how did your client wish to proceed this morning?
Your Honor, he'll enter not guilty pleas to both cases, and we'll waive formal reading.
Not guilty plea will be entered in both of these cases.
Yes.
Let Kenny talk. Let Kenny talk. Let Kenny
Mr.
talk.
Olson, in one of these cases, you had received a summons for an arraignment on March 22nd. We've done that today, so you don't need to worry about the March 22nd date, okay?
Yep.
I'm going to hear from Mr. Farrow with the city attorney to see if he's requesting any release conditions. If he is, I'll hear from your attorney before I make a decision. So go ahead, please, Mr. Farrow.
Release on recognizance, Judge, no conditions.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a court date to come back in both of these cases. I'm going to release you on a true recognizance basis. You don't have any court conditions. Your next court date in both of these cases is going to be a mandatory pretrial on April 27th at 8:30 in the morning with Judge Parcher. That's a mandatory pretrial on April 27th at 8:30 in the morning. You have to appear on that date. If you didn't appear for some reason, a warrant could be issued for your arrest, but you can appear remotely, which means
He can't decide which year he wants to use.
like you're doing today. Again, that's going to be April 27th at 8:30 in the morning. We'll send you a copy of the scheduling order in both of these cases. Make sure to stay in contact with the Vancouver Defenders Law Firm so they can continue to assist you. Do you have any questions about your new court dates, Mr. Olson?
No, I do not.
Well, then you're done for today. You can go ahead and disconnect, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, Kenny, they shutting you down, my man.
Jump over here to magistrate.
All of those will be in 71B district.
Dude standing up like in a closet doing this, by the way.
Sent over to the jail today. They will also be mailed out.
Standing work desk creed.
Let's see, we have an address. Mailing address for you on Roger Court. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So Michael's got the H3
If you're
thing
found guilty
happening.
of anything in order to pay any money, you'll be expected to pay the money in full on the date of sentencing. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions about anything that I have said so far?
How do you keep so slim, Your Honor?
Is Joe an honor or a magistrate?
That's a good question. Is he? Are you?
I don't think a magistrate said.
Is there anything that you need?
No, sir.
I mean, it is a magistrate court.
I met a magistrate one time. He was a real.
Yeah,
a-hole.
they're judges.
For you. Are you on probation or parole right now?
You're a magistrate judge.
I believe I got off on March 7th.
Oh,
What?
my birthday.
Of parole or
At least one of us got off on our birthday.
Were you thinking about Mikey at that moment, or?
One can only hope.
Second one be
And
right
what
here.
were you on? What had you been on probation for?
A retail fraud from last year. It was non-reporting probation. They just wanted to make sure I did my class.
Nothing to worry about there. Who let the dog?
And have you ever been convicted of anything else during your lifetime?
Uh-oh.
Yes, Your Honor.
Loaded question.
A few driving unsuspended. I had an assault and battery from when I was younger, from like 10 years ago. And then I think I have an MVPA. I got a few things down there, Your Honor.
Is he holding his gut up at the moment, or?
How long have you lived in the state of Michigan?
I was wondering that too.
Do you have family that lives in the Thumb or Mid-Michigan area?
Yes, Your Honor.
As far as you know, do you have any other pending charges anywhere in the state of Michigan?
I just have what's going on here.
I just want to draw that on a shirt right
Yes, Your
now.
Honor.
One giant pumpkin.
I work at TI Automotive here in Carroll. I've been there since November.
Doing
What do you do there?
Have you ever had any counseling for drugs?
He stands down in the pit.
I'm the oil changing monster.
Pulls the oil.
Arrgh.
Mr. Rolando, is there anything?
Thank you, Mikey Hack. I see you have a new court show out as well. Congratulations on that. Good idea.
Uh-huh.
sir. Mr.
Breaking ground, my friend.
in this area is pretty much his whole life. He has family here. He's been working in this area. He does have 4 minor children that rely on him for care. Two are currently in the NICU.
However, who is
Their
Judge Horowitz?
Source of income. He would ask that you set a low bond for him on each of the cases, so hopefully you can get something posted and keep his job and keep providing for his children.
Okay, thank you.
He's got 2 in the hospital right now.
I'll give you the opportunity to talk
That's
about
terrible.
purposes of bond as well. Not asking about what allegedly happened. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to, but if there's something else you think I should know about you, you're welcome to say something.
Oh, Your Honor. Okay.
Well, that was easy.
Okay. Mr. Rolando, anything else?
No, sir.
Okay, Mr. Ellis, I'm looking at the computer register of actions on the retail fraud from last year that you're on probation for.
Not good.
And you're not off probation. In fact, on the 8th of March, they filed a order to show cause, a probation violation show cause.
Why is this vacuum $4,000?
Really?
That
Why?
is scheduled for April 22nd.
I like that he didn't. Yeah, I
And-
got off on the 7th, and they said, well, here on the 8th, they called a
Another
petition to
Oh,
arraign you.
Tim, thank you.
Sentenced on
No shit.
later this
20th,
month.
right?
Sometime later this month. I don't know the exact date. All of those, the probation file, the file that you had been making payments on for 2020, and the one you're supposed to get sentenced on have a slightly different address than the one that's on the paperwork from today. It's a different number, same street.
Most likely, I not scanning something that seems to be
Entered in wrong?
the go-to thing during the pandemic.
Skip and scan.
I don't know. I mean, I guess as somebody asked you and that was the address which was given, but let's see.
Your Honor, I made some bad choices in my life, obvious by these tattoos on my arms.
Third, that's the address you gave.
Hey, if that's true though, that'll tug at the old heartstrings, you know.
Yeah, 1102 Roger Court.
He was still in diapers, Your Honor.
Do you have the charges that are that are pending against you right now in front of you?
All I have is a menu to Shoney's.
And this is the address across the road. I don't know whose address this is.
This is what I wish that I was sharing the screen so I could just pop things over and show you the map. Pebble Creek Mobile Home Community is 1102 Roger Court in Reese, Michigan.
Is that off of a golf course?
I
golf course adjacent?
That'd be funny if it was.
In file 233, Mr. Ellis, because you are currently on bond awaiting sentencing in another charge, in this state,
Ruh-roh.
the bond you are entitled to is a cash or surety bond. You are not entitled to a personal recognizance bond. You are not entitled to a cash surety 10% bond.
Oh, he's getting mad. He's going to ball that paper up. He's mad. He's back to holding his gut again.
In file 210, well, that actually is the same. That actually happened while you were on bond as well.
On the pot.
So you're entitled only to a cash or surety bond in both files.
Oh, my.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you. Thank you. Carol, you trying to make fun of this guy's weight? How dare you?
Carol, are you fat shaming this man?
What a bully. What a bully move of you, Carol. Bully move.
Such a nice dude.
This guy ain't done nothing wrong. He's got 2 kids and Nicky.
We're waiting.
I would use that defense if it was that. I mean, you know.
That was the case, yeah.
Lambo Red, good to see you.
Lambo, where were you at yesterday when we were being accosted?
Well, I hope that you're not fat shaming the judge, because that man runs a lot.
My man's fit.
Every morning.
Tight as a drum.
Plays tennis like you wouldn't believe.
Just took up squash. Pickleball, ever heard of that?
Do you want to stick with this one, or
I'd like to hear his bond, and then we can jump.
All
but
right.
He's doing Mikey math, trying to figure it out.
File 210, set your bond $2,000, cash or surety.
Wow.
In file
Woo!
233, set your bond $4,000,
The
cash or surety.
six.
Not to use alcohol, marijuana, illegal controlled substance.
That's a trendy thing to stand up at desks now. Did you know that, Carol?
There's a lot of standing desks you can buy. Oh, he's mad. Got his arms crossed.
Entering premises where they're present would be subject to an immediate arrest and return to the county jail. Do you have any questions about any of those things? No.
Yeah, that's. It's a $2,000 bond. Do you not have $200?
Oh, yeah, but he also put us $4,000, so that made $6,000.
Oh.
So that's $600 credence. It's quite a more.
There's another.
When he brought in the arm crossing right there, that tells you all you need to know financially
About his checkbook, you saying?
There was a reason he was
Do you have any
retail
scars,
fraud in it.
tattoos?
He's got a few
I
of
got
each.
about 55 tattoos.
Woo! Flexing.
Legs, my chest, my back, my face.
My penis. Tramp stamp also. So one of the most prominent good ones I got.
Creed, he's got 55 tattoos. How much do you sell those for? What are they worth right now? Could you get money back on any of them? Maybe get you out of jail.
Oh, what happened? He just cut the stream?
Oh, I heard enough of that.
Let's go see what Mikey's got for us.
We were in court, but now we're just hanging out with Jason Williams, who is wearing a tie and vaping at the moment. Excuse me.
Well, I've got good news for you.
I will say this: look how clean that fan was.
It's a nice fan, yeah.
I have no comment on the warrant quash. In terms of release,
Can you say this guy's
I
name?
would ask that he be upgraded to administrative release.
Caleb?
Caleb Fay.
One reason because of the failure to appear, which
Part-time
I have
vampire.
reasons for that potentially, but also it looks like he has since been charged with a related felony charge. Well, it's an unrelated to the incident, but similar felony.
I am traffic and weathering
several
together.
months
If you
ago, so,
you want to
I'd
keep it
ask
here,
him
or
to
you
be
want to find some.
We'll stay with Caleb. We'll see what this handsome young man's up to.
You have appeared today. Sometimes I do elevate people's release conditions. In this case, I'm not going to. The reason for that is your attorney provided some mitigating information on your behalf, and in some ways more important to my analysis.
Can they
she also
share that with
what
us?
seems to be a better plan for the future that is ideally going to ensure that you make all your future court dates. So I'm not going to change your release conditions at this time.
I wonder
If
what
you
that
have
is.
additional failures to appear, though, Mr. Fay, you shouldn't assume that would be the case, and you could be required to post bail or be subject to more restrictive conditions. As for the new felony matter, Mr. Farah, I appreciate that, but I'm going to let Superior Court handle the monitoring and the supervision on that issue, which I imagine they've likely set some type of conditions.
Uh-oh, Caleb's in trouble.
Would you like me to reset for trial with Judge Parcher, or do you want it back on a mandatory with Judge Parcher? What would be your request?
And if we could set for a mandatory in front of Judge Parcher, and I also have updated email information. I can email that to Ms. McBride so the court has that as well.
Very good. That would be appreciated. Mr. Fay, your next court date is going to be a mandatory pretrial back with Judge Parcher on April 27th at 8:30 in the morning.
Oh, well then, Eric, that's a game changer there.
7th at 8:30 in the morning. If you fail to appear, a warrant would be reissued for your arrest, and then likely at a future point when you reappeared, your conditions would be increased. As your attorney said, you can appear remotely. That's totally fine.
Caleb is going to be doing some modeling in the near
courthouse
future.
has been and is open to the public. So if you have difficulty appearing remotely, then you can and you should appear in person.
Okay.
We'll send you a copy of the scheduling order to your updated email address that we're going to get from your counsel. Do you have any questions about your next court date?
No.
Well, that will conclude your case for today.
No.
Free to disconnect.
Buster Crash, good to see you, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Amy Kinnick. This Kinnick, let me pull up your court file.
Amy, getting dressed up for the occasion, are we?
You're here for a first appearance in an arraignment and also a request to quash a bench warrant. You've been charged with harassment. That crime is a gross misdemeanor, which means the maximum penalty is up to 364
Who's she
days
been harassing?
and or a $5,000
Ex-boyfriend?
fine. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say could be used against you. You also have the right to be assisted by an attorney at every stage of the process. If you cannot afford an attorney and you qualify as indigent, the court can appoint an attorney today to
Hey,
represent
PJ.
at no cost to you. Would you like to speak to someone that works for the court to see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney, Ms. Kinnick?
You know she does. Amy, we're talking to you.
Unfortunately, you're not connected to audio, and I did not notice that.
Oh, no. We got to say all that over again.
Well, this is a good example. Usually I check before I start talking to people, but I didn't this time, so this whole discussion was a waste. So usually there'll be a microphone here. So,
Now we got to say it all over again, Judge. Amy's going to get indigent if we don't speak to her soon. Judge made a foo-foo. Hello,
so
Mariposa.
you can also tell she hasn't been arraigned yet, so it's going to be interesting. And you can see it here, you can see it not guilty.
We'll go ahead and mark her guilty
All right, we're
since
gonna
she
come
didn't
back
hear
to
any of that.
in a little bit. Kathar Ali, if you could unmute yourself and turn on your camera.
Wow, he said, I'm just going to skip you for that. Hello? What happened to your face?
For the court record, Kathar Ali.
That's
Kothar Ali, yes.
Kothar, okay. And what's your date of birth?
12/07/1999.
You are here requesting to quash a bench warrant that was issued when you failed to appear at an earlier court date. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say
Quash
could be
it.
used against you. You previously were represented by the Vancouver Defenders Law Firm. That firm withdrew when you failed to appear. Would you like me to reappoint the Vancouver Defenders firm to represent you?
Yes, please.
I'm going to reappoint that firm. Mrs. Scanis is an attorney with that firm. Mrs. Scanis, would you like to speak with her? She's previously been arraigned on the no ballot.
Mrs. Scanis seems very intense. I'm not going to lie.
I think we're ready to proceed with just quashing the warrant if we could set to a mandatory pretrial. I'm not sure if the court could relay her contact information for me, though.
Whoa.
We can forward you what we have updated. She probably updated it when she got on the docket. Okay, so defense is moving to quash the bench warrant. Any
After a week.
on that, Mr. Farah?
Thank you, Lambo Rad.
Glad to see they still work.
She's appeared relatively
Yeah, they were
recently
dead for the last few days.
after the failure to appear. Conditions will remain as set. Ms. Ali, I'm going to give you another court date to come back to.
Okay.
I didn't change your release conditions today. However, if you continue to fail to appear in the future, you could be required to post bail to stay out of custody, or you could be required to report in person or do other things that you probably don't want to do. So make sure that you make these your court dates.
Well, Judge, that sounds like a
so they can assist you.
At least Amy put her hair back.
Your next court date is going to be a mandatory pre. Yes, Ms. Kinnick, you are still on the docket. I'm going to talk to you after this.
Jesus. Impatient much?
Yeah, so he talked to her
27.
And
I heard, yeah, it's muted.
She heard none of what he said. He did the whole rigmarole. She heard
You
none
have
of
to
it.
appear on that date. If you were to fail to appear, another warrant could be issued for your arrest. You
Let's
can appear
connect.
remotely over
You're
Zoom
wanted for
today. If you're having some
character
kind of technical
assassination.
problem, or if you just don't want to appear on Zoom, you can.
By the way, I was just going to show you this real quick while he's running over with that.
Send you a copy of the scheduling order to the information.
This
that we
is
have.
interesting.
Mrs. Scanis as well. Do you have any question about your next?
They've been burning through one person after the other over here.
Reminiscent of the one that we watched with all the lawyers that remember that were just banging out paperwork left and right.
Yeah, we've seen a lot. I've seen some handshaking over here, kissing babies. This guy's looking to get off on something. A lot of hand sanitizer.
Continue this docket call and the
Very
bond
good.
until April 26th at 2:20 in the afternoon here in the courtroom. And we'll see you then.
Oh. Pushing him out.
All right, conclude your matters, Mr. Planner?
It does.
Okay, what we're gonna do is, we're gonna take a brief recess.
All right, Judge Guthrie, thank you.
We are on time. We're gonna take.
Perfect timing,
For the
right?
allegations being made against him, and he does understand what he's being accused of here. Is that correct, Mr. Burton?
Yes, ma'am.
At this time, we would waive formal reading, Your Honor. I would ask that he be screened for indigency, or I'm sorry, he does plan to retain his own attorney, is what he has indicated to me at this time.
Imagine
So I
that,
would
another
ask
one in
to set
Michigan.
this for probable cause
Money.
and preliminary hearing forthwith, and I would also ask to address his bond.
Love the recording sign.
Court-appointed attorney.
Forthwith credence.
No.
Somebody bought him that on Macari.
No.
All right, well, because these are felonies with a possible life term, I want to advise you, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you do say could be used against you.
Felonies, possible life
You also
terms.
have a right to
Well.
a preliminary hearing. We're going to go ahead and set that up for you. You do wish to address bond, Ms. Wassimians?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. In speaking with my client, he has indicated to me that he is employed at 84th Street Grill. He has been there for 3 months. Continued incarceration will cause him to lose that employment. He is also currently in the process of testing for his GED. I would also indicate to the court that he has some medical going on. So much so that when he was recently in the Kent County Jail, he actually had to be hospitalized due to a feeding tube related issue. He does have a hold out of Kent County for his probation. As far as we are aware, I would ask that the court consider a reduction in this bond at this time down to $25,000 cash or surety. Thank you, Your Honor.
$25,000 bond?
Yes. Yes, sir.
At this point in time, I will change that to $25,000 cash or surety. That's no driving without.
I was wondering, is that a person in the back next to the chair? Or is that a
Court dates, you have a pre-exam
bag or
on March
something?
24. You have a preliminary hearing on March 29. All
I
that
don't
is
know.
be in front of Judge.
Is that the
Block.
bad boy's house sitting on the
Copies of
floor?
those dates and times. You must show up for those dates and times. You're all set already.
Thank you.
He's got $25,000 to get out. Yep, it was a person confirmed.
Oh yeah, look at that.
It morphed into a person. With
Walks
pajamas.
like Knox, by the way. Platypus.
Roger. Good
Ah.
afternoon. Your name?
Okay.
John.
Okay.
Jonathan Johnson.
Yep, and we have two files here. Let's do felony file
Okay.
first. 220703FY. I'm going to read it to you.
I'm not going to
Your
say a
Honor,
word.
Jessica Winsemius from the Office of the Public Defender, entering an appearance limited for arraignment. Mr. Johnson and I
Gonna
did
sit
go
back and
through
watch it
his
happen.
Allegations of arson or allegations of burning a house together, and Mr. Johnson does understand what he's being accused of. Is that correct, Mr. Johnson?
Yeah.
At this time, we would waive formal
Miss-
reading, Your Honor.
Mr.
I would
Johnson,
ask
correct?
Mr. Johnson be screened for indigency for the purposes of obtaining a public defender, obtaining a lawyer, get this set for probable cause and preliminary hearing, and then I would ask to address bond, Your Honor.
And I have reviewed this request for court-appointed attorney. I do think you'll qualify. So I'm going to refer you to the Office of Public Defender so they can appoint you your own attorney. You wish to address bond?
Yes, Your Honor. In speaking with my client indicates that that he does have a home to go to, and is able to get to and from court very much, which wishes to get out. I don't believe that my client has any employment at this time, nor is my client reporting any kind of treatment that he is receiving. So I would ask that the court take that into consideration in that my client has no financial ability to post any amount of bond.
I'll reduce this to $1,000 cash surety. I suspect that there'll be a further option for reduction of bond once we can get some more information about, living situation, where you're going to go and how you're going to get to and from court. That'll be addressed next time. You already have next court dates. March 24 is a pre-exam. March 29 is a preliminary hearing. All that is in courtroom B in front of Judge Belargin.
FIYAH, I believe it's.
Times. You must show up for those dates and times.
Fire.
A misdemeanor matter, 213550 SM. I'm going to read it to you.
Your Honor, again, Jessica Winsemius from the Office of the Public Defender, entering an appearance limited for arraignment. Mr. Johnson and I did go through this trespass allegation from Dollar General and understand those charges. Is that correct, Mr. Johnson?
Yeah, sure.
At this time, we would enter a plea of not guilty and get that set for a jury trial. I would ask that sort of track along with the felony to some degree, but I would ask for a screening for a for indigency for the purposes of obtaining a public defender in that matter as well.
I'm glad to know he's still got somewhere to go live after burning down some house.
Defender for appointment attorney on the misdemeanor as well.
I'm going to be living at the Dollar General. I know that.
No. And then they'll not be in jail on this, and then we can just discuss bond at pre-exam on the other matter. So
I think that's
this at $300 PR bond, but Mr. Johnson, I want you to understand that you probably should not go back to that store until the court tells you can, all right?
Yeah.
Stay away from that Dollar General. All right. This will have a different court date on a misdemeanor track, courtroom B in front of.
It's got to be so tough when you've got people that are mentally ill, and
yes,
you have to navigate through that with not just one charge, one kind of serious charge there with burning something.
Yeah, I mean, it's at the point of like, okay, does he understand what he did was wrong?
Benny Parker the fourth, sir.
Benny Parker the fourth,
the
dignitary.
File 220697 FY. I'm going to read it to you.
Senator Jessica Winsemius from the Office of the Public Defender, entering an appearance limited for arraignment. Mr. Parker and I did go through the allegations.
According to the
being made
court,
against
yes,
him,
Vivian.
and he does understand what he's being accused of. Is that correct, Mr. Parker?
Yes, ma'am.
At this time, we would waive formal
Well, it's
reading.
for
I would
sure,
ask that he
Pamela.
be screened for indigency
100%.
for the purposes of obtaining a public defender. Get this set for probable cause and preliminary hearing. And then I
We're
would
going
ask
to jump
for
right back to yours, but I had to show you right there in the
Okay,
middle.
you also
Peter
the
J.
court report that
Bush.
we want to admit
That's
today?
Peter
Yes, sir.
J.
Okay.
Bush.
I like Gary down there too.
Oh, it's a murderer's row.
Yes, Your Honor. I understand that my client's bond is set relatively low at $1,000 cash or surety. However, he does not have anyone that he is able to get to post that bond for him. He is employed and he is about to lose his job. He's been in communication with his boss at
The line
Challenge. He
cook?
basically has until Friday to get back to work,
He
or
works at
they
Foot
will
Locker.
terminate him for the no-shows. I would ask that he also indicates that he can accommodate the no contact order that would enter against Megan Anderson, that he
Uh-oh.
does have an alternative
Oh,
residence to stay at, and
Who's
he does
Megan?
understand that no contact order, and he would abide by that. Even recognizing the habitual offender, Your Honor, based on those indications, I would ask that the court consider a $1,000 PR. Thank you, Your Honor.
He's a habitual offender.
Yeah.
Let's not get carried away then.
By the way, I just realized we're not even watching live.
I saw that when we
So,
come back. I
you'll
saw
enjoy
that.
that.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, interesting stuff there.
Plan
Let's
just in case.
go to a live one. 'cause
But they really feel like he might
Gary's got
benefit from speaking to a therapist and
And,
might help with his
the
motivation. for
judge looks
school.
like
Okay. And at his current.
How about
placement,
Dave over
Bush's,
here, by the way?
You described it in your report. They're doing pretty well there. Is that correct?
He looks like the old man
Yeah,
from
overall,
the
Leon's
movie
doing
Up.
really well. And again, he's still on track to graduate. But
and
they
a
are
slightly
struggling with
older
it.
David there, a
But
slightly
overall,
older
his
Fred
placement
Franklin.
is working out well.
And then
All right,
Tim
good. And he
Toolman
will
Taylor.
be turning 18 on
A lot
June
happening here. This
13th
Peter
of this
J.
year.
Bush.
That's correct.
Okay, and he's been advised of services that he could have through the if court jurisdiction were to close the voluntary YVAC.
Look at all those books.
Yes,
that
yes.
Judge has.
And has he expressed any desire one way or the other to continue
So
in
jelly.
that
103 of you here. Please like this
He
video.
has expressed that he doesn't have a desire to continue once his case is closed.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything else that we need to know or the court needs to know here today?
Not at this time.
All right, Judge, thank you. I have nothing further.
All right, thank you. Mr. Leonardson, do you have any questions for Mr. Solis?
Oh, here
No,
we
I
go.
do not.
Okay, Mr. Gilo
No questions.
and Mr. Delaney?
I have no questions. Thank you.
How
Right,
about Clayton
nice.
Delaney?
The motion has been made to admit the exhibits. Council, is there any
Remember
objection?
that day when he
No
died?
objection. No
No objection.
Okay, the proposed
RF.
exhibits admitted. Given
iPad is in her drawer.
Leon's desire not to have any, and I can understand it, not to have any desire, any further involvement in this case, I would still like to schedule a review hearing. The 90 days would be up right about that time.
Is that a hoarder's
June
house?
14th is his birthday.
Oh,
Check
happy
my June
birthday.
Calendar quickly.
Happy birthday!
Actually, it happens to fall on a Tuesday. So I think we'll schedule the closing review hearing for that date. Mr. Solis, if you could really encourage Leon to attend that. Nothing else, just to wish him well. We'd like to do that.
Somehow said happy birthday.
And Mr. Delaney, have you had a chance to speak with Leon?
I spoke with his foster father today, and Leon was in
16.
school. I have spoken to Leon on prior occasions. I would indicate that Mr. Bush indicated he didn't have significant concerns about the depression, closer to the normal side of things. Leon is having contact with his mother again, but they did not think that was causing any of the
Keep you
depression
honest.
as far as they could tell. He's maintaining his politeness. He is struggling with the school issues, but they also indicated that Leon was
Be
thinking
looking
about
at down there at
joining
the
military,
iPad.
which I think would be great structure for him. You know, Houghton Lake, Roscommon's a fine area, but it's a smaller town. And if he did do that, you know, services would be available
Is
through the
Dave up
military,
there
and I
trying to
think
bust
he'd
the
greatly
grumpy?
benefit
What is he
from that
doing?
If they could encourage him to do that.
All right, thank you. Do I see Mr. Bush and perhaps Mrs. Bush here on this hearing?
Mrs.
Honor, right
Bush.
here.
Okay, is there anything you wanted to say, sir?
No, I think they largely covered it. I'm not concerned about him depression. It seems to be relatively mild, and he seems to be withdrawing more than
Sure.
anything
Are we
else.
holding on
which,
to
you know, he's
Mr.
17
Bush's
years old. The school
identity?
thing and all of that is going to be a struggle anyway. Yeah, but he continues to work with me. If you sit down and talk with him, he is willing to discuss and willing to work forward. So it's not a major concern. I mean, my goal right now, he's got 3 months to graduation.
Right.
Get him graduated. That's goal number one. Everything
Get him
else
out
is
my house,
secondary, other
graduated.
than his health.
I'd like to point out that
Right.
David is
That
driving
makes
to
sense.
court, I do believe.
If you tell him we hope he'll appear for that last hearing, there's not going to be anything
In a moving
negative
vehicle.
about that. It's really just good luck sort of a time. And we'll
Dave
all
is
do
transforming
some of that.
into what I would only call a
but it-
lichen.
you know, the
He's
case
now
itself will
becoming
be
a werewolf.
I thought that Dave was swatting at flies or
very
something.
soon after that hearing. All right. Once again, those documents are admitted. The court will find the GAL.
He is driving. I swear to God,
required.
you can see a
Mr.
part of the
Delaney,
steering wheel.
to
even.
get close to that, if you hopefully could contact Mr. Bush to have direct contact with Leon, so you could speak to
I
him.
mean, he's look at him look up, driving,
Mhm.
look
just to see
down.
what his plans are, perhaps encourage him on that.
Damn it, David, you're
Remind him of the
driving.
services that are also available from DHHS, although I understand he is apparently not interested in those at this time. Mr. Solis, would you be inquiring of him on that subject again?
Yes, I can speak to him about that.
Okay, all right. Once again, he'll make up his own mind. It's his decision, but okay. Thank
Judge,
you.
I had one more
Thank you.
thing. The court is going to continue the goal of the APLA.
Yes,
Thank you.
I think that is appropriate and that would be referenced. All right, we'll see everybody in this matter in a week. I think
Judge?
we are, I'm sorry, in 3 months.
Excuse me, Judge.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
This is Gary Gilo. On behalf of the father, is it necessary that I attend that hearing?
I don't think that would be required because technically the jurisdiction ends that day.
Okay.
So there'd be nothing that I could order him to do. So
Damn it, Dave.
All right.
Quit
Well,
trying.
thank you very much.
unless he contacts you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was an awkward
I think
laugh.
our next matter isn't on until 2:15.
All right, we're jumping over here to this interesting looking group here.
Assault by strangulation. And
Huh?
count 3, domestic violence, second offense. There's a Killebrew agreement to be sentenced, minimum guidelines to be sentenced in the minimum guideline range of 10 to 23, and agreement to concurrent sentencing across each of these cases. The remainder is to be dismissed upon successful plea and sentencing in the matter.
Is that a full and complete statement, Mr. Mills?
It is, Your Honor, a full and complete statement.
So in 433, Mr. Capriani, Santana, they're advising me that you're entering a plea to domestic violence second. It's a misdemeanor. And in file number 21853, you're entering a plea to strangulation and domestic violence second, with a Killebrew that your sentence on the would be somewhere between 10 months and 23 months. So it means basically I'm agreeing that I would sentence you within that range.
I thought he said
which
he had
means
killed
if it was
somebody.
more
Sorry.
than 12 months, you could go to prison as long as I stayed within that range. You understand that?
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
Now, if we come back for some reason in file number 21853 with the strangulation count, and if I was going to give you more than that amount, say 25 months hypothetically, if I exceeded 23 months, you'd have an automatic right to withdraw your plea. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
I love this camera angle of a
Sentence
911
recommendation
operator
in
there.
21853. Has anyone told you anything else other than that the
Jeez,
range of your sentence would be between somewhere between 10 and 23 months?
No, Your Honor, just the 10 to 23 months.
Okay. And in file number 433, you understand I do not know what your sentence would be at this time. I've not told anyone what your sentence would be, nor have I made any agreements about what your sentence would be. Understand that?
Oh, I thought, okay. Yeah, okay. Yes, Your Honor.
So the Killebrew only applies to 853 because the other one's a misdemeanor. The other one's a misdemeanor. Okay, has anyone promised you anything in either one or both of these files?
Well, he says that 105 of you joining us for We Got a Case into hour number 2 now.
There's your sign, Creed. They're at least putting signs up over here, by the way.
That's a nice sign. Please make sure to slap a like on this. We're watching live courtroom drama unfold in front of our very eyes. Where are we here? We're over to Judge Candy, we'll call him.
Is this
Somewhere
Michigan
in
again?
Appreciate you guys joining us. If you're new here, we do this 5 days a week. Start at 1 p.m. East. And at least 2 hours worth of live courtroom stuff. And we got a brand new, we started We Got a Case on YouTube, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Exclusively for all your courtroom
I
drama.
explained to you earlier regarding your immigration status, and you and I also talked about that and the results that could occur if you pled here today. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and you feel fully informed and understanding regarding what could happen
Back
here?
to school.
Yes, sir. I do.
So on or about May 24th, 2021, at or near 4279 West Holt Road in Delhi Township, Ingham County. At that time, were you with an individual named Dejanelle Brown?
Yes, sir, I was.
And who is she to you?
A stripper.
Girlfriend.
Oh, never mind.
And at
Girlfriend,
that time,
stripper, same
did
thing.
you get into an argument with her?
Yes, I did.
Did you end up hitting her during the course of that argument?
I did, and I shouldn't have did that.
Okay, and are you claiming that there's any sort of self-defense or any justification?
No, I am not.
She's a grade A badass.
And then for purposes of the domestic violence second, you were previously convicted of a domestic violence. Is that correct, sir?
Oh,
Yes, sir, I was.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Your Honor, if that would suffice for that file there.
Not good.
Questions, Mr. Pfeiffer?
No, Your Honor, that is a sufficient factual basis.
All right, let's turn our attention to 853, the offense date being August 28, 2021.
Repeat offender, Credence.
Your Honor. All right, sir. On or about August 28th of 2021, at the location of 1024 East Grand River in East Lansing, Ingham County, were you there with Dejanelle Brown?
Yes, sir, I was.
And this is someone you've already said you had a dating relationship with. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And that evening, the two of you were essentially at in a McDonald's
Yeah, I
drive-thru.
was
Is that
just going
right?
to say it's a McDonald's. I just looked it up.
And there was an argument the two of you were having that evening?
Yes.
And in the course of that argument, was there a point that you put your hands on her neck?
Yes. Sadly.
And did you end up squeezing to the point where it would obstruct her ability to breathe normally?
Nice looking McDonald's, by the way. There it is. It's a double
Was there
decker.
also a point where you ended up punching her in the eye?
Yes, I did.
And for either of these offenses, are you claiming that there was self-defense or other justification?
No, no justifications whatsoever. I apologize.
And just like file 21433, you were previously convicted of a domestic violence. Is that correct?
In a Burger King drive-thru.
Thank you, Your Honor, if that would suffice.
Questions, Mr. Pfeiffer?
No, Your Honor, I believe that's a sufficient factual basis.
Okay, and file number 21433, I find the venues here in Ingham County being on Hope Road through in Delhi. And file number 853, East Grand River in East Lansing is in Ingham County. In both files, has the court complied with MCR 6.302, Mr. Pfeiffer?
Actually, Your Honor, I believe that we still need to read the information into the record.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Thank you. I skipped right over that. Okay, would you just read it now for us, please?
Absolutely. I will start with file 433. In the name
Wow,
of the people of
Dana,
the state
tell
of
me
Michigan,
more.
The prosecuting attorney for this county appears before the court and informs the court that on or about 5/24/2021 at 4279 West Holt Road, Delhi Township, Ingham County, the defendant for count 3 did make an assault or an assault and battery upon Dejanelle Brown, an individual with whom he had a dating relationship, contrary to MCL 750.812. There could be restitution if this offense resulted in damage to another individual's property or physical injury or death to another individual per MCL 780.811A. It's normally a misdemeanor with a maximum punishment of up to 93 days and or $500. But take notice, the defendant was previously convicted of assaulting or assaulting and battering his or her spouse, former spouse, an individual with whom he or she had a dating relationship, an individual with whom he or she had a child in common, or a resident or former resident of his or her household, or of knowingly assaulting a pregnant individual by violating MCL 750.81A2
A lot of people he could have
on
been.
or about 8/10/2015, and therefore, upon conviction, will be subject to an enhanced sentence under MCL 750.814. This is a misdemeanor with a maximum penalty of up to 1 year and or $1,000, and a consecutive sentence may be imposed under MCL 750.506A if the assault was committed in a place of confinement. This is against the peace and dignity of the state of Michigan.
Peace and dignity.
For file, it was 853. Yes, 853 FH.
Oh, that's right. Take
In the
that.
name of the people of the state of Michigan, the prosecuting attorney for this county appears before the court and informs the court that
Anybody
on or
else hate
about
Adam?
28/2021,
Already.
1024 East Grand River Avenue.
I'm not
City
saying
of
I would
East
choke
Lansing,
him in a
Union
McDonald's
County.
drive-through.
The defendant for count 2 did make an assault upon Dejanelle Brown by strangulation or suffocation, contrary to MCL 750.84. This is a felony with a maximum punishment of up to 10 years and or $5,000. DNA is to be taken upon arrest. A consecutive sentence may be imposed under MCL 750.506A if the assault was committed in a place of confinement. And for count 3, did make an assault or an assault and battery upon Dejanelle Brown, an individual with whom he had a dating relationship contrary to MCL 750.812.
Wishing he was outside
This is
playing with
normally
the
a
other
misdemeanor with a maximum punishment of up to 93 days and over $500. But take notice that the defendant was previously convicted of assaulting or assaulting and battering his or her spouse, former spouse, an individual with whom he or she had a dating relationship, an individual with whom he or she had a child in common, or a resident or former resident of his or her household, for knowingly assaulting a pregnant individual by violating MCL 750.81A2 on or about 8/10/2015, and therefore, upon conviction, will be subject to an enhanced sentence under MCL 750.814. There can be restitution if this offense resulted in damage to another individual's property or physical injury or death to another individual per MCL 780.811A. This becomes a misdemeanor with a maximum penalty of up to 1 year and or $1,000. A consecutive sentence may be imposed under MCL 750.506A if the assault was committed in a place of confinement. The court shall order law enforcement to collect a DNA identification profiling sample before sentencing or disposition.
Adam is just a barrel of monkeys.
This is against the peace and dignity of the state of Michigan.
What a fun guy.
Thank you. So, Mr. Capriani Santana, that's just going back and reading the charges.
Boy, Adam's thirsty today.
Yeah,
You have
talking
any
his ass
questions
off.
for me?
I'll join him.
Understand what we've done.
Yes, Your Honor, I understand.
Okay. Now, in either matter.
Is that Space Invaders or something?
NCR 6.305.
He's in between raids.
And Mr. Milks.
It has, Your Honor. We've not yet received the updated or amended information, but we fully anticipate that will be here shortly, Your Honor. But the court has fully complied.
Well,
there shouldn't need to be an amended. There was no amended charge.
There's no need for an amendment. Okay. And, either one of you aware of any promises, threats, or inducements other than those already placed on the record in either file, Mr. Pfeiffer?
None, Your Honor.
And Mr. Milks?
No, Your Honor.
Is he going to sentence him right
I
now?
find Mr. Capriani
Seems like it.
to be understanding and voluntarily made without undue influence, threats, or promise of leniency, accurate pleas supported by the testimony.
He just admitted he did it all.
In both files, and sentencing is set for
next
May
month.
11th at 10 a.m.
May 11.
Phoning it in, huh?
That also will be by Zoom.
May 11th at 8 a.m. over the Zoom, Judge, if you don't mind.
The Zoom technology, Judge.
People have no objection to it occurring over Zoom, Your Honor.
Okay, refer the matter of probation. Continue, Mr. Capra.
Also, Judge, you left your headlights on.
All right, anything else?
Judge, you left your headlights on.
Not from the
Thank
people,
you.
Your Honor.
No.
Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, see everybody back on May 11th. Thank you very much.
All right, what do you got over here?
This is a beautiful collection of sealants from
Wow,
around
it is.
the globe.
Holy cow, we got a lot of greatness here.
As you can see
Yeah.
here, Zach Morris, I believe he was the kid off of Saved by the Bell, if I'm
It
not
was.
mistaken.
He was,
Yeah, he has a beautiful sealant. Demetrius over here, his sealant had a little bit of water damage. Might want to talk to his attorney about that.
There are three people in the middle walking right now.
Yeah, it's like we're shooting a video. Benny was the guy that we had problems getting his audio turned on. The judge will be right back. We in WCJ, we have a lady with beautiful pigtails.
Back on the record, the court will call the case of Ypsilanti Township versus Walter Barnett, case number 22T00065.
Look at Walter. He looks like a
Barnett
woman.
on behalf of the township.
Andrew Bannis with on behalf of Mr. Barnett.
Mr. Barnett, could you please hit
BR,
the microphone button at the bottom of your screen? It looks like a little microphone that should have a line going through it.
Does it really?
Thank you, sir. Please state your name for the record.
Walter Jennings Barnett.
Thank you. We're here for non-jury trial today.
That's correct, Your Honor. At this time, the people are not in a position to proceed.
Move to dismiss.
Thank you. Given that the people are unable to proceed, Mr. Barnett, I'm going to grant your attorney's motion to dismiss this matter it will be dismissed without prejudice. What that means, sir, is that if they are able to proceed at a later date and time, they
Is Mr. Barnett the attorney and Mr. Barnett the defendant related?
could reauthorize this case. You understand that, sir?
Yes,
All right, you're all set. Your case is now dismissed.
thank you.
WJC just asked if she could get the remote to the TV. She'd like to watch a little television while waiting. She heard Let's Make a Deal is on. And well, who doesn't want to watch that? Do my hair. I got cold. I could have swore Barnett was a woman. I sat here the entire time looking at that and figured it was like a little old lady. I was so wrong. So wrong. Judge Washington on the bench. She's about to rule. Also in the state of Michigan.
We have to wait until
What?
Ms. Willenbring returns to be able to call any other matters.
Who? Who we waiting on? We better get somebody over here. About time to get somebody over here. Hello there, Haley. Haley from the block. Oh, we're out here, and hopefully we're not getting in this car because we're not supposed to be driving. Waiting on 203. All right, Creed. Sounds good. We're waiting on 203 to get back, and then we'll proceed. Hopefully everybody here, if you like court, if you like hanging out in a community, you like having people you can talk to about what's going on, please make sure to like this video. We do this 5 days a week, Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Very good group of people over here. Well, for the most part. I'm only playing. If you're over on Facebook, please share this out. Facebook does not have any court. We need to get the court going over there. We're just going to sit here and wait because Creed doesn't have anything up on his for us to watch. So this is what we call stretching for time. WJC is getting very agitated, I believe would be the word. While Shelby over here is taking us on a whirlwind journey. Uh-oh, Judge is going to yell at Shelby for driving. Just okay, though. Just slightly okay. Track and field, yes. Judge scratching her head with a pen. I like that move. Hell King Diamond. Best King Diamond album would be Them. That would be what I would go with. Them. Court is great. Court is awesome. Court is good. If you're looking to become a member of the Credence and Bishop Show YouTube channel, consider doing so. It's a great time. We have our members only once a week, usually on Fridays. We hang out, let our hair down like the young lady in the WCJ block. She does not look happy at all. Even the judge has left. Son of a biscuit. Hold on a second, guys. We're jumping out of that room and going to another one till the judge gets back. Oh, now Creed shows up when Mikey's grasping at straws. Glad he came back. Oh,
always remember, if I don't have something up, you're still not going to get the audio.
Fairly
Yeah.
about this evidence that they had in their possession. Thank you, Judge.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Ms. Hughes?
Thank you. I'm going to turn
Carol.
to what is the conclusion of my, at the end of my analysis first, which
Dalton
is
looks
the concept
guilty
of
as hell.
prosecution. So in order for the defendant to be granted a dismissal based on the delay in prosecution alone, the defendant must first prove actual and substantial prejudice, which had to have been caused by the delay in prosecution. What's clear from the evidence in this case, and I'm going to
I got
go
Judge
directly
Porter
to what
over
defense counsel just said,
Let's get to it.
something like,
There, if you
had
want,
he been
whenever you-
charged
we can
while
jump
the
already.
Like right now. Let's go.
Let's do it.
The purpose of today's hearings is not a trial. Instead, the purpose of today's
Wow,
hearings is to determine whether or not probable cause exists.
Just starting.
The child may
Just getting it going.
delinquent conduct. In making that determination, the law allows me to consider hearsay evidence in the form
BRB.
of a police report forwarded to me by the Juvenile Probation Department. If I find that probable cause exists, I will thereafter proceed to a
Where's
secondary
FPOD?
determination of whether or not the child should be ordered to remain in detention or be released to a parent or guardian. We have 16 cases on our docket today, 13 of which
Lisa,
will be
touch your
broadcast.
nose.
First
By the
on
way,
the
Lisa
docket
looks good without her
is
glasses.
Ryan, are you Ryan? Let's get you unmuted. There we go. There we go. One more time, Ryan.
My God, there's so many people.
There we go.
Full House
Are you
is
Ryan?
right.
Ryan, my name is Judge Porter. The law says when you're brought into detention and initially detained, you must see a judge.
Only
within
one
2
ceiling
business
fan.
days. You have the right to remain
Out of
silent,
all those
also the
people.
right to an attorney. And we've appointed Kathleen McGonigal to represent you. Good afternoon, Ms. McGonigal. How are you?
Good, thank you, Judge. How are you?
Better than I deserve. All right, Ryan,
Yep.
according to the police report, well, you were previously placed on probation by this court for the offense of deadly conduct.
Does he have a
According to the
tattoo
most
right
recent
above his?
information provided by the police on February 25th, your grandfather and mother contacted your probation officer to let the probation officer know that you'd been arrested.
Billy, I think
when
Texas.
The house you were staying in was raided by the Tarrant County Sheriff's Department. You were taken to the Tarrant County Jail, and you're currently pending 3 felony charges in the adult system for delivery and/or manufacture of a controlled substance in the amount of 1 to 4 grams, listed in Penalty Group 1. And
Look
2
at our
counts
boy
of
up there in the
delivery or
middle.
manufacture
Got
of
some
controlled
cool tats,
substance
bro.
Listed in Penalty Group
Oh,
1
man.
of
course he does.
more than 4 grams, but less than 200 grams.
Less than 200. Well, that's a win.
And look at that, only one ceiling fan out of all those cameras.
One beautiful hutch, though.
Good point.
Somebody's
And
grandma.
There is a motion to modify on file, alleging a positive UA and failure to reside with a parent or guardian. All right, Ryan, based on the
All
information
3 of
provided
them
in the
are,
report, I'm
and I
finding probable
love it.
cause to believe that you may have violated
I
one or more
support them.
conditions of your probation, and on the basis that you are on probation for a felony offense, I will
Wow,
order
Eric.
that you continue to be detained.
Sorry,
Thank you,
I
Sheriff,
missed
for
that.
bringing this inmate to court.
You're welcome. Good afternoon.
Thank you, Judge.
That was
you,
quick
Mr.
and
Donald.
easy.
Go have a seat. Next.
All right.
Comes Mama.
Mary Alice.
Turn on the MILF cam. Hey.
Judge Porter, can you repeat who's next?
F-Pod in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
F-Pod is the
Wow,
real pod.
Lisa's chugging from a 2-liter today.
Very thirsty,
Correct.
Your Honor.
We got one ahead of y'all.
That's a
G-Pod.
huge Diet Coke she's got.
It's like a 1 liter. The big old 1 liter.
He's always like that, by the way, speaker lover. Always just like still as contagious.
Keith looks like a older Shannon Sharp.
Oh, good catch, that guy over there. I like Dave Ramsey, except when we get into church through his whole show. Other than that, I like all the other money stuff. Get off there, Nightbot.
Damn it, Raymond calling in from the car.
Are you Mary Alice?
Yes, sir.
Oh, she's got such a sweet voice.
The law says when you're brought into our detention center,
Let
you
her
must
out.
be judged within 2 business days. You have the right to remain silent, okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, the information provided
Is that
to
a
this
real
court
voice or is she just doing
is
that?
that yesterday, a little after or a little before
Lisa
6
just
o'clock in
laughed.
the evening, turned yourself in to the Saginaw, Texas Police Department.
Hi, Lisa.
And the Saginaw, Texas
Lisa.
Police Department did a check on you, and they found out you're a runaway from Universal City in Texas.
Orlando.
Run away.
The officers then contacted the local police department where you're from, and who contacted your mother, and your mother said that she was not able to drive to Saginaw to come pick you up.
Can she send a Uber to get her?
Excuse me,
Also
Judge
had-
Porter. I'm sorry to interrupt. This is Ms. McComber over on FPOD. I had her as a Form 3 in person last. Is that not correct?
It is not correct. It has changed, but that's okay. You're looking at the first version of the detention docket. We sent out another one, so you're okay. We're going to go ahead and take care of her now.
Okay, just making sure. Thanks.
So, Ms. Lazarova, you have some more information for the court about this young lady.
Yes, I do have more information. I contacted the probation officer, Ms. Bullocks, from Bell County. That's Miss Nancy Ramirez, who was not able to be present today. And she explained that their department is not going to issue a directive to apprehend. She's pending there on 2 charges: assault on public servant, that was a school resource officer, police officer, and another one, resisting arrest. But their department is not requesting to hold this child for them to come and pick her up. Also, I spoke with Youth's mother. She is not able and possibly not willing to come and accept custody. The probation officer shared with me that in her conversation with the parent that they're planning on possibly relinquishing their rights. So I have contacted CPS Austin and I have requested assistance, and I have not heard back from the local office yet.
Damn it.
Okay.
So we have no plan at this moment other than waiting on CPS to contact and possibly assist us with releasing this child.
Lisa's laughing at you.
Because I'm so upset.
So I'm going to order that she be detained today. I'll find that probable cause exists to believe that she's a runaway out of state. Ms. Officer Lazarova, if you will make the referral to CPS, continue to be in contact with them and
Pretty much.
ask them to initiate what we call a wrapper case.
Okay.
Hey, Nancy.
And I'm going to order that she remain in detention now. And once CPS is able to come pick her up within the next 48 hours, I will sign a release.
Well, she's watching us.
Yes.
So.
And
please contact CPS and tell them
I can't help but now look
if they can't get here today, I
at
expect to see them tomorrow.
that window that's into another room there at Lisa's where we saw that guy in the background the other day.
The weird, strange boss man.
All right, Ephraim, my name is Judge Porter.
We've seen this kid before, I think, with the hair.
And initially detained. You must see a judge every 10 business days thereafter. This is
It's
your
good to
10
see
days
their
hearing.
faces
You have the
now.
right to remain silent. You also have the right to an attorney. And
Good point,
your
yeah.
Counsel, Kathy Lothorpe, I have not seen Kathy. Kathy, are you here?
Judge, I'm filling in.
Oh, all right. Raphael Sierra, who works with Ms. Lothorpe, is going to fill in for Ms. Lothorpe. All right, Ephraim, the court has previously found that probable cause exists to believe that you may have engaged in initial detention. Is Mr. Spence here?
Judge, I'm coming for this. Mike Spence.
Okay. Mr. Nava, does he have any prior referrals to the department other than what we have in front of us?
No, sir. No history with the department.
Is that his mom right there?
I'm guessing because she got up during the last one that he brought her back in. But maybe not. Is that what made her smile? Saw something small.
Something that made her laugh.
Are you mom?
Yes, sir.
Confirmation.
What was he doing in a motel room on the 3rd with his girlfriend on his birthday?
Oh,
He lied to me and he was supposed to be somewhere else.
damn.
Where was he supposed to be?
with his mom's girlfriend. I mean, with his girlfriend.
Wait, what?
And how late did he have permission to stay out that night?
Midnight.
Playa
Is it against the law to be in a hotel room with a girl?
at his age?
Yeah.
I would think so. Yeah.
What law is that breaking?
What is he, 15, 16 probably?
The Lord's law?
How long has this kind of conduct been going on where he lies to you and runs away with his girlfriend?
Maybe, I think 3 times that I've caught him over the past 8 months.
Like literally caught him or?
You caught him 3 different times?
I mean, lying to me where he was going. It's about how long he's known her or been with her.
Okay, he was 15. I mean, you know.
And what'd you do in response to each time you caught him in a lie?
I grounded him
For how long?
a week.
Hour, 2 hours.
Yeah.
What do you do for a 15-year-old when you grab them? Take away their Nintendo?
Yeah, where did he go? Wasn't he
When's the last time he
was
was enrolled in an actual
Oh, he's
school?
right there. Detention GP.
It's been a couple of years. He does
Mellow.
homeschool. He has all the
Hey,
he has
hey.
all his homeschool supplies at home.
What workbooks is he working through?
What subjects?
Coloring.
All the books that he's working through. What workbooks is he working on?
He's not on a specific program, and he's really not doing what he's supposed to be doing with the homeschool. But
And that's been going on for a couple of years?
no, he wasn't. He was really engaged with his homeschool until his sister died, and then he kind of drifted off.
Okay.
There we
and-
go. Now we're getting somewhere.
What have y'all done about him drifting off?
Nothing. I mean, I've been asking him if he needed me to take him to a counselor for depression, and he kept insisting that he wasn't depressed.
True.
Oh, you're right. They did say that, Jim.
And how long ago did his sister die?
She died in August of 2020.
Okay. So a year and a half ago.
I thought we've seen
that
him
impacted his
before they're in
school, and 8
detention.
months ago, he meets this new
Now
girlfriend
we're
and
getting
starts
somewhere.
lying to you about where he is. You've caught him in 3 different lies over the period of at least 8 months, and those are the lies you caught him in. We don't know how many other times he's lied to you.
Gee,
He's
Stephen
not doing
O'Neill.
his schoolwork like he's being directed. He's not studying. What is he doing?
Banging in motel rooms on his birthday. I know that much.
I mean, nothing. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm mere responsible, but I didn't want to push him. I didn't want to push him, you know, to the way I did with his sister. I was very strict with his sister. I didn't want to like push him into that direction.
The sister take her own life. Is that what we're going to say?
That'd be my guess, but you never
That if
know.
I were to release you, you would be a danger to yourself. You're also not amenable to suitable supervision, and I have some questions as to whether it's being provided. So I'm going to order that you continue to remain in detention. That'll be the order of the court. Thank you.
Here's the thing I'm trying to figure
All
out.
right,
Who got
Morgan.
the hotel room? The girlfriend?
I know, and he
My
didn't
name is
even
Judge
press
Porter. The law
that.
says when you're brought into
But
detention
I nature
and
girl.
initially detained, you must
Hey,
see
hey,
a doctor
hey.
every 10 business days.
That makes sense though. If that the girlfriend was over 18, I mean that, you know.
If he's 15, that's definitely wrong.
Who works with Ms. Lothorpe is filling in for her. Is that correct, Mr. Sierra?
I don't know why I kind of
All right.
felt that.
Yeah, because she'd been so strict on her.
Believe that you may have engaged in delinquent conduct.
PJC at
Probation of
405.
Judge Terry's court for assault, family violence. Last time we let you go, you were brought back on a DTA, and you stayed here 14 days. Now you're brought in
This
on a
hair.
new DTA alleging further violations of your probation. You've been here, about 10 days or so. And when you came in, you tested positive for marijuana. So, Morgan, each time you come back in, it just takes a little longer before we feel comfortable releasing you. That's a consequence of you not obeying the orders of the court.
Level 1
Want to do
outstanding.
things your
FPOD.
way, and as long as you don't want to follow the rules of your probation, every time you come back in, you just stay a little bit longer. So this time, instead of whatever it was last time before you got to level 1.0, I'm just going to expect about 20 days at level 1.0 before I feel comfortable releasing you.
That's true, but I mean, a Motel
Not there yet.
6 is
Something for
Motel
the
6. You
continue to
know?
remain in detention. Thank you.
Judge.
Jim,
Yes.
that's what I'm feeling.
Yeah, probably. They're all struggling.
Okay.
We are moving today.
Isaiah,
Yes, sir.
am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yes, sir.
Isaiah, my name is Judge Porter. The law says when you're brought into detention, you must see a judge every 10 business days. You have the right to remain silent. You also have the right to an attorney, and your attorney, Raymond Daniel, is here. Good to see you, Mr. Daniel.
Yes, Your Honor. You too. Thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank
All
you.
right, Isaiah, the court has
Well,
previously found that probable cause exists. to
rightfully
may have
so.
engaged in delinquent conduct sufficient to warrant your initial detention. I'll note that, am I correct, Ms. Brazel, that he is level 2 unacceptable as of this morning?
Yes, sir.
All right, Isaiah, you know if you're not level 1.0, I can't even consider you for your release. All right, I need you to get back to level 1.0. Until then, I've got to order that you remain in detention. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Daniel.
Thank you, Judge.
His mom looks like she would whoop that ass, boy.
Mm-hmm.
I would not mess with his mama.
Joris.
Imagine how mad she is after coming down, for that, and then just hearing that your son's being shitty in detention too,
He can't keep it together for 10 days.
Yeah, this is he. Okay. Who did I just hand you? Okay. Somehow we got off.
Oh, congratulations.
Somebody got off.
Somehow.
They're back with the commercials
All right,
about
Joris,
leaving
My name is Judge Porter.
leaving the light
The
on
law
for
says
you.
when-
Excuse me, desktop. I'm not.
What's your name?
Lamarcus.
Okay. Yeah, you're next, Lamarcus.
Well, good job, Lamarcus. Hey, Brigitte.
That's my fault, Judge.
No problem. We'll make it work. All right. That looks more like Joris. All right. You're Joris, correct?
Lisa, happy to see
Judge Porter,
Jarvis.
we've had before. The law says when you're brought into detention and initially detained, you must see a judge every 10 business days thereafter. This is your 10-day hearing. You have the right to remain silent. You also have the right to an attorney. And your attorney, Lisa Herrick, is here. Good afternoon, Ms. Herrick. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I've never even heard Lisa talk, have we?
Thank
Great,
you.
glad to hear it.
All right. Jairus, the court has previously found that probable cause exists to believe that you may have engaged in delinquent conduct. You're also on
Maybe.
probation for misdemeanor assault. You've got a pretrial coming up in a couple of weeks in front of Judge Kim. You're level 2 today. All
Level
right.
2, dude.
Let me just say something on behalf of Ms. Herrick. You need to get to level 1.0 and hold it before you have that pretrial in front of Judge Kim. Because if not, that makes you look bad in front of Judge Kim. You need to look good in front of Judge Kim, right?
Oh.
All right.
And in front of Lisa.
I do know that you've made your decision, but just for record keeping matters, he is not on probation for assault any longer.
Oh, okay. It expired.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Yay, technicalities.
He's got bigger fish to fry right now.
I
anyway.
understand. I understand.
All right. That'll be the order of the court. Thank you, Jairus.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes.
No,
Did you
Lisa.
have a bad lunch, Your Honor? I missed the first part.
No, I had a good lunch. It was just a
He had a busy morning.
Okay. I blame Miss Herrick. So anyway, and the fish.
I tried to help. Okay,
She
I got
did.
you.
She did.
He had
She
a
did.
bad lunch,
It was
like-
not the fish. I did not eat the babble fish for the record. All right, Lamarcus. Are you Lamarcus? Thank you for all 3 of you in the audience. who got that joke.
Boy, G-Pod.
I didn't get it. I missed it. But
Damn it, G-Pod.
What up, G-Pod?
Can we fire homeboy over there?
Get it right.
Thanks, sir.
Come on, let's get level 1 outstanding. Everybody, come on.
Jeremiah next.
Judge
Oh,
Porter, Judge Porter, if I
Jeremiah
may-
waved.
You got- We
Sorry,
don't have
McComb.
an updated docket, Judge Porter.
Pardon?
We don't have an updated docket. We only have the one that came out at 9. We never received an additional docket with any
That's
changes.
okay. We'll make it work.
All right.
There's a mom and dad here, I think.
I will. You know that.
Yes, sir.
We
All
don't
right.
talk about Bruno.
Hey, Trent.
We don't talk
Who
about-
is Trent,
All
the
right.
comedian?
Are you Lamarcus?
Yes, sir.
All right, Lamarcus. My name is Judge Porter.
He's hired
The law says
to
when
be
you're
in
brought
court to liven the mood a little bit and
You
throw
listen
in
to
some
every 10 business days thereafter.
talk here
This
and there,
is
you
your
know.
10-day hearing. You have the right to remain silent. You also have the right to an attorney. And your attorney, Ray Hall, is here. Good afternoon, Ray. How are you?
Bye, Lisa. Hate to see you go.
Judge, I'm good.
All right. Lamarcus, we know each other. You got a motion to modify scheduled in front of me in a couple of weeks. Does he have a parent or guardian here today? Yes.
Father.
Dad. Okay. Lamarcus has been level 1 outstanding for 13 days.
Woo! Heck
I
yeah.
realize
That's good.
I realize he's got a hearing coming up. Mr. Hall, what are your thoughts?
Only thing that, I mean, they're looking for a placement and they said they found a potential
They
replacement.
did. Rockdale.
So if he gets out in the meantime, he'll have to come back in beforehand. So that's the only thing that concerns me about if he's released.
Ms. Bird, is Rockdale requiring a 14-day quarantine?
No.
No?
I'm not aware of that, Judge. I would have to ask the placement unit.
Okay. Is there anybody on the placement unit here? 'Cause
Why can't he come to
all of
pop?
these rules have changed in the last 48 hours. So it's a genuine, we don't really know.
Level 1 at standing.
Somebody
Dad,
here
take
from
him, would
placement
you?
unit?
Yeah. Come on, let's get him out.
Dad's got 9 other kids at the house.
Okay.
Let's bring them.
Connor, I could run down the hallway and check with the senior.
Would you mind doing that real quick?
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what, Lamarcus, you hold on. Just hang out for a second.
Is that Lamarcus's grandma?
Might be, yeah. I don't know. They didn't say.
Didn't get the introductions in like they should have.
I don't think so. He just asked him if he was a father, and he said, "Yeah."
Are you Isaiah? Let's get you unmuted.
Isaiah.
Yes, sir.
Am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yes, sir.
All right. Isaiah, my name is Judge Porter. The law says when you're brought into detention, you must see a judge within 2 business days. This is not a trial. Instead, the purpose of this hearing is to determine whether or not probable cause exists to believe that you may have engaged in delinquent conduct. In making that determination, the law allows me to consider hearsay evidence in the form of a police report forwarded to me by the Juvenile Probation Department.
True, Jim.
If I find that probable cause exists, I will thereafter proceed to a secondary determination of whether or not you should be ordered to remain in detention or be released to a parent or guardian. At this hearing, you have the right to remain silent. You also have the right to an attorney, and we've appointed Hamida Abdal Khalaf to represent you. Good afternoon, Miss Hamida. It's so good to see you again.
It's nice to see you, Judge. Thank you.
Welcome back. All right, Isaiah, according to the police report,
Let's do this one, and we'll jump around for the last 10 minutes. If that's all right.
by the Hurst Police Department for the offense of assault causing bodily injury to a family member. 2 days ago, around 9:39 at night, Hurst PD responded to a call
Here you go, Joseph.
for a 911 hang-up in the city of Hurst. Upon arrival, they spoke with the mother and her brother and another housemate. Mother advised that she lets
What's going on, mate?
you, Isaiah, use her phone at times. Mother had a notification of a
Rip.
money transfer and learned that Isaiah had transferred some money from mom's account to Isaiah's account without permission. Mother confronted Isaiah and took her phone away. Isaiah got mad, went into Mother's bedroom, and tried to take the phone out of Mother's pocket. Isaiah is a little bit bigger than Mom. He began pushing and hitting Mom with close fists in the head and the face. He began hitting back. Your uncle Isaiah and the other housemate came to help him.
Spit it
pull
out,
away.
Judge.
All right.
Nope.
I'm not going to read the rest of the police report. I'm going to find that probable cause exists to believe that you may have engaged in delinquent conduct, Isaiah. Do we have a parent or guardian here today?
Level 0 outstanding.
No, I don't believe. No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Isaiah, because I don't have a parent or guardian to release you to or to talk to find out if they feel safe letting you come home, I'm going to have to keep you here today. Okay. Miss Hamida is going to probably call you in detention if she hasn't already. She's going to get some information from you, and she's probably going to talk to your family on your behalf. Between now and then, okay, have they talked to you about the detention levels in the back, level 1, level 2, level 3, Isaiah?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Between now and the next time I see you, I need you to get to level 1 outstanding for me, okay?
Yes, sir.
That means you're following all the rules. You're doing what you're supposed to. You're doing your schoolwork in class and everything like that. Okay.
He's being so nice to her. I love that.
Mr. Wynn, has the family scheduled a case for mediation?
Not yet, Your Honor.
All right. Will the JPD be offering those services to the family?
I'll contact victim services and check with them.
Hey, Drew.
All right.
Mr. Wynn had Subway for lunch.
Then,
Eat
Amita,
fresh.
If
Refresh.
the mediation goes well, then certainly let me know. Once she
Yeah, some of these
gets
kids I
to
feel
know,
bad for, like in this instance.
hopefully mom will feel comfortable having her come back home.
It's a lot,
Please
especially
request-
when the
request
parent doesn't care.
in the event that mediation.
I mean, that's tough.
Allegedly.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. For now, Isaiah, I have to order that you remain in detention, but I think everything's going to go well for you in mediation and your talks with your mom and your lawyer. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, young lady.
All
right.
JG, that you bring up a good point. I mean, I feel bad for her, like with the mother not sure.
Yeah, it's
May I ask one question?
Yes, you may, sir.
Go ahead, Brandon.
Is there any reason why they would be able to proceed?
If the witness
Brandon's
came forward and
Lewis.
said that they wanted to proceed would be one reason. There are a number of reasons, but you should talk to your attorney
Brandon's
about that.
Lewis.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.
I know Brandon
You're all
had
set, sir.
his
Have
own
a good day.
personal Lewis.
Nice looking tree there.
It is. Look at this clouds moving by just ever
Yeah.
so slightly. Laying on his back, dreaming of better times.
Where are we at? I don't know her.
We're back in Michigan. We were waiting for
course we are.
203 to come back a while ago. and
Ah, yes. Okay. Got it.
she's been having a time because I was watching her. She was rubbing her head and stuff, and she's like, "Oh God, these people."
Mr. Bannis, do you have a phone number for your client, Mr. Sims? Maybe he needs to be called.
I do, Your Honor.
So you get him connected. I don't understand what the problem is.
Okay.
Push your
That's
button.
Mr. Sims right here, Benny. Benny Sims, everybody.
Benny.
Wanted. I hope he answers the phone. We can hear him talking.
That's one thing that I love over on 3B with Judge Middleton is he'll go through and call all the people at the end that missed, and he will leave them voicemails and say, "There's going to be a warrant for your arrest in the next few minutes. You need to turn yourself in, or the cops are coming to get you." I love it.
Yes, loud. Better days. I've been part of many plays. I've seen better days. And you know the rest.
Well, we've got a second. Let's jump over to what is called MO2 Greenwood County First Appearance Docket.
Ooh, I like that.
Oops, I just hit something there.
Oh,
and-
no. That's them,
Is
not
that it?
you.
Yep, there it is.
Look at
Nope.
Mary Ann Shirley.
With, Mr. Kane's brother. Mr. Kane was involved in a serious car accident.
Mary Ann looks
medical
weird.
Records are being transferred from Devon James, who handled the car accident case.
This is the one that had the hoarder
Michael
house.
Parmalee, who is going to handle the
Oh,
disability
yeah.
claim.
That's the
Mr.
judge
Kane
and the lady
is
were
with his
related.
brother. His brother has
Yeah.
assured me that
And Jill's got a nice gaming chair, doesn't she?
that
She
they
does.
would in fact ensure and drive him over, deliver him, do whatever's necessary. It's my understanding that everything is paid off. The case is fully paid off. Part of the issue initially with him getting to
Right.
probation
Hey,
to report
Greenwood
this
County
is
Courthouse just
transferred to
nodded off a
Suffolk
little bit
County
watching.
because he hasn't had a driver's license for many years. Wanted to make sure that the court knew that everything is in fact paid to the best of my recollection. The only thing that, I mean, he did not report. Obviously, there's nothing we can do about that. But he had also failed to do the DNA test for KBI, but for which release him, I'm sure that the judge can, or that that you could order, and that the county or the sheriff's department could take the DNA today, so that would be on file and everything is paid. So
Whose
he would be in
DNA
a
are we
posture
wanting?
basically to be released from probation at the next hearing, if the court would allow him to make a reasonable bond at this time. As I said, everything is paid off.
When Judge Satterfield filed the warrant March 4th of this year, she put a note bond that he must see the judge. So what I'm inclined to do is try to get him a court date with Judge Satterfield in the next day or two and let her address that issue.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. So, Missy, you'll get back with the parties later today, then, most likely.
Okay. And Mr. Kane, I'll let you know as soon as we hear from the judge.
Is Judge Weber in one of those
Thank you.
motorized shopping carts?
I have messaged her, but this bench warrant was issued in February of 2001.
Like, is she riding around on a mark cart?
Maybe that's just the return.
Oh, it was returned on 3/4/22. It was filed 2/26 of 21.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that. Okay. So as soon as Missy gets a date, she'll let you all know. And then if
Yeah, Mary Ann's
she'll let you know, Mr. King.
just gross.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. We'll be in recess at this time.
Oh,
And then,
well,
Miss Shirley, you have another client before the court?
Shirley, you must be kidding. And don't call me Shirley.
Mr. Euler, as I indicated,
Euler?
earlier, Mr. Euler is here.
Bueller.
It's on his bond sheet to appear today. He is here as the county attorney advised that they're currently
she
still
uses Monat
investigating
or whatever
something,
it's called, the
so no
pyramid
charges have
scheme
been
hair.
filed yet.
Burns your hair.
He is currently, you ordered him to be on an ankle monitor. I wasn't present, so I'm not sure what happened with that. There have been no incidents. I've known
No
Mr.
diggity.
Euler since he was about
No
12
doubt.
years old.
No
He's
It
had some
is
issues. He's
that
been
time.
caged.
Loud just reminded me that is the 2-hour mark of We Got a Case.
It is.
Don't forget,
Sadly.
We Got a Chase 405 East. Is it 2 for Tuesday today or
It
something?
is 2. It's an actual 2 for Tuesday today.
Well, that deserves a ta-da. Guys, I hope you enjoy We Got a Case as much as we do. Remember, if you're here just for the cases, not the chases, not all the other stuff that we do, we got a new channel. It's called We Got a Case. And we invite you to subscribe over there. Did we hit past 40 yet?
I think we needed 2 more.
To what?
To what?
2 subscribers to hit 40. And then we're only, 960 away from legitimacy.
Heck yeah. Anyways, we will see you within an hour here, right? Yeah, a little over an hour.
Exactly an hour.
See for that. And we'll be back again tomorrow. Another episode of We Got a Case starting 1 p.m. East.
That's right, Creed. If you haven't already liked this video, please do so. If you haven't subscribed, think about doing it. Check it out. Look for our We Got a Case exclusive channel. Make sure you go ahead and hit that. Like it, lick it, love it. Until next time, please remember.
All right, court is adjourned.
Well, good. We
Do
all
whatever the hell you want.